Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Okay, I just wanted to go into this quick lesson, going into how, being in this truth, being attached to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, you can foresee things to come, foresee things to happen. That's a part of being in this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You get foresight on things to come, especially as a man, because the Lord deals directly with his men. We have the foresight to see. And not to say other people couldn't be able to tell something might go down, but down here in Jackson, Mississippi, today was Jackson State homecoming. Also, too, was Alcorn homecoming. And you had festivities going on. You had parties and all types of events going on in downtown Jackson. Yesterday, tailgating, people getting ready to tailgate last night. All types of people passing us by at camp. A lot of noise, a lot of movement from the people at camp yesterday. And, today it's going to be live because it was a game. And people trying to go out and party. And it's already people reporting deaths, and then because I'm gonna get to them. This is from what happened at Jackson State, and this is a screenshot from the sheriff of Hinds County. It says there's been a shooting near the tailgate section of the JSU Stadium at West Street. A child has been injured and transported to UMMC by JPD officers in a patrol vehicle. Capitol Police Department and JPD investigating. No suspect information, and I can't see the rest because this is just a screenshot. And also, too, from what I've been hearing, it's been a little girl and a guy, and I think they both died. I'm not for sure about the update, but I think they both died. This was screenshotted at 8:01. It's now 8:41. So, I get more information as it comes. And as you can see, look at it. 144, 144. But we was already saying that these things. As a matter of fact, yesterday we seen six or seven, I think six though, chariots while we was at camp. We were just seeing them all moving around, getting active, moving about, and that wasn't no coincidence. The Lord allowed us to see all these chariots. He allowed us to see the movements of the angels because they're beholding the good and the evil that's going on in Babylon the Great. And down here in Jackson, Mississippi, it's no exception. The Lord is watching the entire earth. He got the angels watching the entire earth, recording all the good and evil. And just like we mentioned at camp yesterday, a lot of evil, a lot of wickedness took place. Was taking place yesterday, taking place tonight as we speak. There's a lot of people involved in wickedness, and the time is coming where the Lord is just judging people. He's just bringing judgment on the earth, and people are literally leaving the earth. Their bad decisions is now just taking them straight out of the earth, So, because you gotta think about it, a lot of wickedness, a lot of iniquity, a lot of adultery took place, and now you see murder. As you can see, violence. But this is all destined to happen. And we said this was going to happen. And that's not to say if any of the elect went to the homecoming or the tailgating that, them being there was a bad thing. But for the most part, us that's in this truth, we can tell, we know through the Spirit, being in certain places with a lot of Israelites that don't know this truth, these spirits are getting active. These demons and people are being active because the more we are in this truth, the more we are in this word, the more we listen to the videos, the more we are attached to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, it gets those demons off of us and keeps them away from us because demons be messing with us all the time. But we have the truth to combat them. And we're in being amongst a whole lot of people that don't have no way to get the demon, don't even realize that they got demons on them. It's not a good thing, to be amongst that type of crowd. If you have to, you just got to move cautiously. But if you don't have to, it's best not to, And like we said last night, man, look, we knew this was gonna happen. We literally knew things like this was gonna happen. So as you, I know, I'm pretty sure people done read the comments by now, but I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get this. Okay, I'm gonna get this. Look at this. Child injured in shooting near Mississippi Veterans Memorial Stadium. A child was injured during a shooting near Mississippi Veterans Memorial Stadium in Jackson, this is where they played the homecoming game at. It says intern Jackson Police Chief and Hinds County Sheriff Tyree Jones said the shooting occurred near the tailgating section of the stadium on West Street on October the 11th. The shooting happened the day of Jackson State's University homecoming game. Now, when was this updated? 51 minutes ago. It says the child was transported. So it's basically what we had read, and no information about the suspect. But now I want to go back and get the one that happened in Alcorn State. It says one person was killed and 2 people injured during the shooting on Alcorn State University's campus in Lorman. Bailey Martin, spokesperson for the Mississippi Department of Public Safety, said the shooting happened around 6:30 p.m. on October the 11th in the Industrial Technology Building in the area of it. And when officers arrived, they found 3 individuals suffering from gunshot wounds. One of the victims died. Martin said no arrests had been made. The university sent out an alert just after 7, telling students to shelter in place until an all clear was issued. Effective immediately, campus is closed until further notice. And only current students and employees are permitted on campus. So, literally, 2 shootings that happened so far. And it hasn't updated about the one in Jackson, but I heard that the child died. But I'm not for sure. And I heard there was another guy that got shot too, not just a child, at the tailgating section. But it's no telling. We'll know soon enough. And this is on the beginning. It's just 8 o'clock. People finna be partying all night long, for hours. So I'm gonna get Hosea 4:1 first. This is here. I'm gonna read in the AMP. I'm gonna read verse 1 through 3 in the AMP. Hear the word of the Lord, you children of Israel. For the Lord has a legal case with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no faithfulness, no steadfast love, no dependability, or loyalty, or kindness, or knowledge of the Most High from personal experience with him in the land. Literally, our people, and we said that yesterday, our people, they don't care about Yahweh Ba'ashim Avashai. Like I said, you can have Israelites that go to the game, that know they Israelites, that truly believe that's of the hopeful elect. And even though they're, you out enjoying yourself at the game or whatever, or, just out and about with your family or whoever you with, you still have Yahweh Ba'ashim Avashai within your mind. And if something was to go wrong, you know what to do. You know who to call on, and you will know how to move through the spirit. The Lord is going to protect you. He's going to guide you. He might even have his angels in the midst ready to deliver you out of the situation. But the rest of those people, they don't have that. They don't have access to that. They don't have the Lord on their side. And he's going into why. He's finna go into why. And this is why this is what it's meaning. He's saying he got a problem with you Israelites. Lord literally saying he got a problem with you. And it's according to like it said, the legal case. It meaning the agreement that we made, us and the Lord, that we made with Moses. Lord said, look, I got a problem with y'all because y'all not abiding by the agreement that we made, the covenant that we made. He says there is false swearing of oaths, deception, broken faith, murder, stealing, and adultery. They employ violence so that one act of bloodshed follows closely on another. And look, it said one act of bloodshed follows closely on another. This is only the beginning. There's probably going to be another murder. There's probably going to be another shooting. And I also seen that there was some cars broken into. This is literally the same behavior. And it's only getting worse and worse and worse. And our people don't realize that this is the same cycle. And here it is. You had the men of the Lord out on the street corners teaching yesterday, You know, you had us, you had the brothers GMS Mississippi camp on up the road from us, teaching the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Abashah, and our people didn't stop and consider. Like, maybe these guys are telling us something that the Lord really wants us to know because something is about to happen. Like, we're blowing the horn, and our people they're not locking in, you know? And this is why the Lord said, look, all these things, this is why we seen those chariots. The chariots were beholding the good and evil. Let me read the last verse first. Verse 3, therefore the land continually mourns, and everyone who lives in it languishes in tragic suffering, together with the animals of the open country and the birds of the heaven, even the fish of the sea disappear. So the Lord said, look, because y'all behaving, how y'all acting, how y'all think, y'all mindset, it's gonna be constant judgment on you. You know, everything is gonna suffer because of you. Because you not abiding by the covenant that you made with the Lord. Now let's get this. Beholding the good and evil. Here it is. Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. We seen the chariots go back and forth all throughout the sky. Like I said, about 6 of them yesterday while we was at camp. And they were beholding the good and the evil. And not only just us at camp, but all the brothers and sisters that was, that's of the hopeful elect, or of the elect in general. The eyes of the Lord, which are the angels, were watching everything that was going on and simultaneously watching all the other people, because it was very active last night and it's very active right now. But the elect, they're good. We don't have to worry about tragedy and loss. Somebody's little girl, is shot. She might have passed away. No, we don't know yet. But somebody's child is injured. Somebody's child has been shot. We know that much. And that's judgment, as judgment. Because if it wasn't, the Lord wouldn't allow it to happen, But the Lord is not playing with our people anymore, and it's only going to get worse. So now I'm going to get one more, and I'm going to close it out. This is, what was I going to get? Oh, this is Matthew 24. 12. Matthew 24:12. I'm reading the AMP. Because lawlessness is increased, the love of most people will grow cold. And this is what you see. And I'm in another group chat of people, family members. And they sent they was at the game, and they sent the picture in the group chat of Jake, young Jake, which they said, they called them YNs because of how they dressed and probably how they act. It was just a picture, but probably how they was moving and acting or whatever. But you can tell 3 of them with like they was dread heads. Beginning they dreads. You can really tell by how they was presenting themselves, Not the stereotype or nothing, but at the same time, you can tell how they was presenting themselves that they probably, I ain't gonna say they weren't up to no good, but eventually they're gonna get into some stuff. That's because why else would they take a picture of them, But like I said, because iniquity shall abound or lawlessness is increased, the love of most people will grow cold. Just imagine all the shootings that took place so far and what's more to come, Like I said, the night is still young for a lot of people. A lot of people ain't finna go inside. A lot of people finna go out to these clubs. They finna go to the bars. And it's nothing wrong with that. I'd say it's nothing wrong with going going to a bar and getting something to drink, but it'd be best to go to an Edomite bar. Honestly, somewhere it's going to be more Edomites because Jake is finna get active. But where these spirits are finna get active. You want to go somewhere quiet where you can actually chill and enjoy yourself. But you know how Jake is. They ready to get live, especially this younger generation. My generation on down. But with that, Lord will, this is the edifying lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Until next time, shalom.